please welcome to the stage the legend that is Mr. Tom Middleton.
Which flavour shall I have? This one here? Good evening, everyone. What a wonderful room full of smiling faces. This is magic. Rewinding back to April, those that were here, let's see a show of hands. Who's here in April? Oh, coming back. Well, you know those kind of reward kind of tickets? We'll get you stamped up when you go out the door so you can come back for a special prize next time. I'm Tom Middleton. I've been making music since the early 90s, played to millions around the world, and halfway through that journey, got really burnt out from bouncing between LA to Sydney, up to Tokyo, across to Dubai, back to London, and then over to New York. Decimated my circadian clock. Time to rethink things. So I retrained as a sleep science coach, and I got really interested in this idea that the music that I'd made in the early 90s could possibly be helping people to sleep, reduce anxiety, and maybe even to help with performance. I'm going to play something, and it's interesting, when I was putting the deck together, a couple of years back, I came here to do a bit of filming, and play this, and you can see what I'm talking about.
Life is noisy, hectic and stressful. It's no wonder we're anxious, tired, depressed and burnt out in a relentless, connected world that is always on and demanding our attention. All we want is to be happy, healthy and productive. My name is Tom Middleton. I'm a composer, sound designer, sleep coach. I've toured the world and performed to millions, observing how sound affects mind and body. I create functional music and immersive soundscapes for stress management, circadian balancing, well-being, resilience and productivity, using the neuroscience and psychology of sound and sleep, combined with mindful listening, conscious breathing and the beautiful therapeutic sounds of nature. The magic of music and the science of sound is transforming daily well-being to boost our mood and energy and help us focus, meditate, relax and sleep better.
Anyone recognise that? It's actually next door. So we filmed here. I thought it was an amazing space to do that. So beyond the DJing, beyond music for entertainment, I think there's a huge opportunity for delivering a service to humanity. And I'm just going to leave you this one phrase, which is impact billions. I was sitting on a plane watching a documentary from Peter Diamandis, who set up the Singularity University to basically address some big human problems: shelter, energy, food. And his take-home mantra was, together we can impact billions. So for me, this mantra has stuck. Now, as a DJ, as an artist, I've already been impacting millions. With some of the content already, we've got great metrics showing that it's literally helping millions of people on a daily basis. For me, it's just the start. And this room full of curious minds interested in this area is fueling me with optimism and hope that we can together move this project forward. So this was the album that started it all, 7614. And that's 1994. Yes, I'm 501 years old. A lot of people fed back. We invited them to sort of say where they were, what they were doing, how it made them feel. And the album had no titles, just durations for the tracks. So I wanted everyone to make their own mind up, create their own eyelid movie, if you want, to these soundtracks. And people told us that they'd used it for therapy, they'd used it to give birth to, and that this music was really helping them, supporting them through really tough times, processing trauma. Fascinating stuff. And that's back in 1994. Moving forward in time, I had this idea that music and sound could soundtrack your daily life, and came up with a life tracks concept, creating pieces of music to help support these moments during your day. And I guess this is the sort of the early days of what functional music, or the playlisting that we use on most of the DSPs these days, are based on. We have a studio based in London, myself and Rami Elnagar. And we have a lab in Lisbon for testing, validation, and research. We are an innovation studio using sensory modalities, looking at how sound mixes with scent, with taste, with touch, haptic, felt sound. All of these different things can blend together to solve the problem of the goopification of wellness. Thank you, Rami, this slide, the Deckmaster. We have a bit of a problem. I think we can probably all say for sure that wellness and how we're meant to feel about wellness is now a social pressure. It's toxic. We're now tracking our wellness on a daily basis. We're tuning in to see what our sleep score is. This isn't healthy. We've got to think about this. We've got to think of a way of utilizing the technology in a way that it doesn't actually deliver orthosomnia, which is sleep tracking anxiety. I mean, you put the gadget on, and you track your sleep, and it's supposed to help you get to sleep, yet you wake up more anxious, and then you can't get to sleep again. And so it goes on, insomnia. This is a very interesting slide. It's my favorite slide in the whole deck, because really why I'm here is to show you this. Look at that. Look. That's the music industry. That's music for entertainment, okay? 25.9 billion. Then gaming. Yeah, okay. Advertising. Whoop. Wellness. Now, the wellness sector, I mean, there's a lot of confusion as to what it actually means. I mean, human well-being, mental, physical, emotional, social, economic. If the majority of people here are creating content for the music industry, or gaming, or advertising, you can kind of see there's possibly an opportunity over there. We can go a bit more granular. This is a little bit dated, but let's have a look here. Now then, where's my favorite one? Mental wellness, 131 billion. That's a nice number. That's basically most of the apps that we're using on a daily basis now, things like Calm, Headspace, all of the sort of digital therapeutic platforms. But look more closely at all these areas where there are possible opportunities to apply functional sound music in the context of sensory ecosystems to help solve human problems. A few case studies at Studio Tom Middleton. Recent one, we worked with Platoon and Apple Music in conjunction with Dolby and Paul Uman from the Spatial Sound Institute in Hungary to unpack the power of spatial audio. For those that don't understand or know what spatial audio is about, beyond the cinema, which you've probably experienced, oh, thank you, we now have some pretty cool tech. We've got headphones that can now help translate the illusion of being in a space to experience sound in 3 dimensions. So Apple have some. It has head tracking tech. To give a little explanation, normal headphones, when you put them on, okay, I'm standing here, and then here's a piano on the side of the room. Now, with normal headphones, if I tilt my head, the piano moves. That's not very authentic. With head tracking tech, if I move my head, the piano stays still. Oh, a bit more authentic. Delivering more presence. This is what we're after. I'm going to play you a little excerpt from an event we did in conjunction with L Acoustics, Sensate, at the Elisa space in Highgate, and we created the Spatial Sleep album for a 3D and a 4D experience. The 3D experience was utilizing the Elisa array, which is very, very exciting. If you've never been there, or you want to do a launch party or something, I implore you to check it out because it's amazing. And we also integrated Stefan Schmelnick's Sensate technology, which is a vibro-haptic acoustic frequency generating device that sits on your chest and delivers vagal toning. What this is the vagus nerve running up the biggest nerve in your body. If you can impact that with electric current, you can start to change your state. You can downregulate the autonomic nervous system, take you back into a state of rest, digest, and relaxation. Robin. Who's that? Stefan. That's the sensate. Jimmy. You see, our community enjoys all this stuff. We are growing together, learning together, falling asleep together, snoring together. Now, obviously, this environment is quite high-tech, but the fact of the matter is, we are now having access to this technology. Hearables, the hearable revolution is here. And with that, we've got this amazing opportunity to start utilizing Dolby Atmos within the Apple Music ecosystem and creating content. I mean, there's a lot of spatial audio iterations of classic albums, but what the missing part of that is understanding that if you can leverage spatial audio for a wellness benefit, a function, a purpose, we've got a whole new area. Back to that slide on opportunity. I create content for Calm. I've got some of the best performing sleep content, helping millions sleep every night. To me, this is testament to what I've been doing for 500 years, which is helping people with this really fundamental challenge, getting some good rest and sleep. If we get that right, most of the other systems are going to work. Another little case study. We worked with Nissan on the Dream Drive campaign. We noticed that parents were driving their kids to sleep using petrol combustion engines. The vibration and the sound from the engines was soothing and therapeutic due to the frequency range. We took those frequencies and then created a symphony using an orchestra created from the sounds of an EV, electronic vehicle, and made a suite of lullabies for babies. Now, what was lovely about this campaign was that actually it converted a lot of people to rethinking their reasoning for why they might want to invest in an EV. Here's a little campaign video.
While Nissan Leaf was busy solving this, parents were hearing more of this. More than half of parents hop in the car to get their babies to fall asleep. But contrary to what they think, it's not the movement that is making their little ones sleepy. It is the noises. Nissan wants electric vehicles to improve everyone's lives, and that includes parents and children. So, we went to work. Our technicians partnered up with functional sound designer and sleep coach Tom Middleton and a sensory research strategist to develop a soundscape that replicates the reassuring hum of internal combustion engines, which induces sleep in youngsters.
My scientific curiosity led me from music for entertainment to functional music for sleep, anxiety, well-being and productivity. Nissan's zero-emission lullaby combines early auditory development research with creative strategy and is inspired by the audible and inaudible sounds of the Nissan Leaf. Everything you hear comes from the Leaf. I've transformed the sounds to create a lullaby for infants. Music is my life. I'm constantly listening to the sounds around us, seeking creative opportunities to transform them into solutions that benefit people. Did you know this is the first vehicle to ever be credited as a musical artist?
Presenting the first zero-emission lullaby for electrical vehicles. A 5-part album with artists such as Reversing Tone, White, Pink, Brown Noise, Indicator Clicks, Proximity Sensor Sounds, and Rear Windscreen Wiper. We make the soundscapes available on all platforms so that tired parents can play them directly from their phones through their car stereos. Nissan Leaf Dream Drive quickly started to spread. The story was picked up by media all over the world. The album racked up tens of thousands of streams from grateful parents. Test drives for the Nissan Leaf in the UK even went up, and we proved that Nissan Leaf doesn't need to put the climate second to put children's sleep first.
You you can see that if you've got some ideas, if you're a creator, an artist, maybe at the moment, think about who you're impacting. Is it one-to-ones? Is it a room of people? Are you broadcasting? Are you sharing on digital platforms? How can we scale and amplify this impact by working together? That's the whole point of being here. I'm very excited to talk about some of the other projects that really feel to me like we're heading in the right direction, solving big problems. So Mooneye is an app that literally helps to modulate your perception of pain if you have a period. Now, to me, that's astonishing. You know, we can utilize sound to help support women once a month to facilitate, enable, get back into the world of work if they feel they can't. Maya, Raf, where are you? There he is. Maya's creating some brilliant content, marrying the worlds of mindful, conscious meditation and dance music. Now, this is the bridge that I think many people here might have missed, which is the fact that, yes, on a weekend we might go out dancing, listening to electronic music. What if the vocal is more conscious? What if it is pulling in from the worlds of NLP, from meditation practices? This to me is super exciting. This, what do you think that's all about? AI. Contentious. I think this conversation is one that will need to roll on many different levels. Now, for me, I think we're in a very exciting time. Machine learning, artificial intelligence can help artists and producers as tools. But let's be careful, make sure that it doesn't remove the soul and the intention. That's the key thing with this. Thank you very much. I hope you realize that this room has probably got some of the future founders of new startups and ventures, because clearly if you're here, you're curious and inspired, and you also want to go and impact billions. Thank you very much.